contact Melbourne Center on 129.8. Good day.
129.8 Captain Sim 4208. Goodbye. Melbourne Center Captain Sim 4208 700 feet.
Captain Sim 4208 Melbourne Center altimeter 29.9 radar contact continue. Rec 6668 heavy contact approach on 128.3. Good day. Going to 128.3 Rec 6668 heavy. Captain Sim 4208 contact Sydney approach on 135.9. Good day.
Going to 135.9 Captain Sim 4208. Sydney approach Captain Sim 4208 1100 feet.
Captain Sim 4208 Sydney approach altimeter 29.9 radar contact continue. Captain Sim 4208 contact approach on 128.3. Good day.
128.3 Captain Sim 4208. Goodbye. Approach Captain Sim 4208 1100 feet.
Captain Sim 4208 approach altimeter 29.9 radar contact continue. Approach Clink 2122 heavy is passing 9,500 feet, descending 8,000 feet. Clink 2122 heavy approach altimeter 29.9 radar contact. Continue to Midsa.
Approach Captain Sim 4208. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Captain Sim 4208 approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace, Captain Sim 4208.
Heavy, you are 6 miles south. Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect vectors. ILS runway 25 approach. Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect vectors. ILS runway 25 approach. Rec 6668 Heavy. Approach velocity 1140 Heavy is missed approach at Sydney. Velocity 1140 Heavy, you are 1 mile north. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect vectors. ILS runway 25 approach. Captain Sim 4208 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at 1,100 feet Boeing B748. Report them in sight.
Captain Sim 4208 traffic in sight.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect vectors. ILS runway 25 approach. Velocity 1140 Heavy. Velocity 1140 Heavy traffic is 7 o'clock 2 miles.
Sydney Tower, Captain Sim 4208 is 1 miles west 200 feet with Gulf to land.
Captain Sim 4208 Sydney Tower. Altimeter 29.902 wind 257 at 22. Enter left traffic runway 25.
Fly left downwind runway 25, Captain Sim 4208.
Cling 2224 Heavy 15 miles east inbound ILS runway 25 approach. Cling 2224 Heavy Sydney Tower. Altimeter 29.902 wind 257 at 22. Cleared ILS runway 25 approach. Captain Sim 4208 wind 257 at 22. Cleared to land runway 25.
Cleared to land runway 25, Captain Sim 4208.
Cleared ILS runway 25 approach. Cling 2224 Heavy.